Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
And a very good Thursday morning to you. I'm Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Another incredibly warm morning across the Tennessee Valley. Also bear in mind that we could still be talking about a little bit of patchy dense fog as we head out the door this morning. I don't think it's going to be as bad as it was yesterday morning, but understand that a little bit of fog is going to be possible. So maybe allow yourself a couple of extra minutes as you head out the door. 55 degrees at 7 a.m., 57 at 8, 60 by 9, 63 by the time we get to 10 o'clock in the morning. I was putting this into a little bit of perspective yesterday. I'm going to put it into perspective again today. It is really important to understand that the average high temperature in early January is right around 51 or 52 degrees. That is the average high temperature, where we should be at the warmest part of the day. We're talking about 55 degrees at 7 o'clock this morning, already into the lower 60s by 9, low and mid 60s as we head into the later part of the morning. From there, temperatures continue to climb. We're going to consistently climb into the upper 60s and lower 70s this afternoon. Yesterday, I believe our friends over in northwest Alabama were the only ones to see 70 degrees, but it's going to be more of a consistent feature today. At the same time, a couple of isolated showers certainly can't be ruled out. I do think the vast majority of us are going to be dry, but understand that a little bit of light rain is going to be in the forecast. We maintain the warmth as we head into the evening. We're also going to maintain a cloudy sky. I don't think we're going to get the same amount of sunshine today that some of us got to enjoy yesterday. 67 at 7, 66 by 8, 65 degrees by the time we get to 9 p.m. And then from there, we stick with the lower 60s as we head into the overnight, early into your Friday morning. During this time period, we're also going to get some pockets of heavier rain to begin to develop across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Once we get to your Friday, temperature is going to be climbing into the mid and upper 60s, but the warmth on Friday is going to be the last thing we're actually going to be focusing on for the final day of the work week. Friday is going to be a Fox 54 Weather Impact Alert Day. Let's talk about the next couple of days. Thursday today looks mostly dry and still warm. Like I was just telling you, a couple of isolated showers are going to be possible on Thursday. Most of us are going to be dry. Still warm. Friday is going to bring several rounds of heavy rain. Now, once those rounds of heavy rain begin to build into the Tennessee Valley, they're not going anywhere until early or the middle part of even Saturday morning. There is a very conditional threat for some strong or marginally severe thunderstorms as we head into Friday afternoon and Friday evening. What is a conditional threat for severe weather? Well, it means all of the atmospheric parameters must come together ever so perfectly for that threat of severe weather to actually come to fruition. And as of right now, all of those parameters would not necessarily come together. We do have a little bit of wind shear present, but we don't necessarily have a lot of surface-based instability. And because we're lacking a lot of that surface-based instability, we don't really have a lot of energy. Instability is just the technical term for storm energy. If we don't have the energy, then honestly, the wind shear doesn't really matter. All we would really get out of the wind shear is some gustier winds within some of those stronger thunderstorms, but there's a chance they would remain sub-severe. The biggest concern is definitely going to be the threat for some very heavy rain. Widespread, we're talking about 2 to 4 inches of rain across all of North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. But then locally, we are talking about significantly more, 3 to 5 inches of rain. And then when you get right down to an extremely local level, we could be looking at 5 or even 5.5 inches of rain between Friday morning and Saturday morning. These rainfall totals are through 12 noon on Saturday. Now, typically we get 5 inches of rain in the month of January. That's about average, but we don't typically get it over the course of about 16 to 20 hours, which is when that rain is going to fall. Now, this is going to create problems across the Tennessee Valley if these rainfall totals actually hold and don't change too terribly much. We're going to have a lot of widespread flash flooding develop. So let's talk about the overall storm threats. I mentioned the conditional threat for severe weather. Obviously, the biggest concern is going to be the threat for heavy rain, which is going to lead to flash flooding. We were just talking about that. Not much of a concern for hail. We could get some stronger wind gusts to develop across the Tennessee Valley. Overall, I think the threat for severe wind gusts is going to be quite low. Now, if the threat for severe weather were to actually come to fruition, there is a low non-zero threat of an isolated tornado. It would be the brief spin-up variety. If one were to actually touch down, it would be on the ground for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Here's Futurecast as we head into the lunch hour on Friday. Now understand that rain is going to be possible during the Friday morning commute. It's going to continue as we head into the afternoon. Not too terribly widespread through the front half of the day. As we head into the back half of the day, that's when the real widespread rain and the stronger thunderstorms are going to be possible across the Tennessee Valley. 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, yes, going to have an impact on the Friday evening commute. We are talking about some of that incredibly heavy rain across all of North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. At the same time, there could be a couple of embedded thunderstorms as well. When this activity really begins to move in through the later part of the afternoon, early into the evening, it's going to stick with us. 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, it's just going to be this deluge of constant, very heavy rain. And then the potential is there for some stronger thunderstorms. Overall, the strong and severe thunderstorm threat is not only limited by the lack of instability, but it's also limited by the fact that we are just simply going to get a lot of rain that is going to continue through the first part of the morning on Saturday. 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, now we're beginning to dry out. From there, it looks like we're going to stay dry through Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. We begin to lose some of the cloud cover through the overnight, early into Saturday morning, Sunday morning. And then as we head into Sunday afternoon, it looks like we're going to get to enjoy plenty of sunshine. We are, however, going to be cooler. 70 degrees on Thursday, a pair of 67s Friday, Saturday. Friday is our Fox 54 weather impact alert day. 42 on Sunday, 45 Monday, 52 on Tuesday. Plenty of sunshine Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. It's just going to be more seasonal in the temperature department. 50 degrees and other opportunities for rain by the time we get to next Wednesday. Stick around to Fox 54 Plus. Got more weather and traffic updates coming up.